is a true Hollywood story, worthy of its own red carpet, theatrical release, and if we were the judge, we'd say it'd be a box office hit.
Sev Ohanian has come a long way from his days on YouTube making spoof videos.
It's a story of an immigrant boy who never imagined making home videos poking fun at his family and culture would set him up for a role of a lifetime.
As a storyteller, your responsibility is to tell that story with any and all tools at your disposal.
And we're now working on a couple of Marvel productions, which is really fun to do.
Sev Ohanian was born to an Armenian family in Germany after his parents fled Iran in the 1980s. They immigrated to the United States when he was only 4 months old. His love for books and movies and storytelling began at a young age. When he was in high school, he made short comedy skits.
It was really silly. It was me holding my dad's home video camera. The entire time, the video is shaking because I'm laughing. I didn't even think to put it on a tripod or something. I put those videos on YouTube for my friends to watch, my 20 friends, and they blew up. Within a few weeks, it was getting hundreds of thousands of views. Armenians from different parts of the world were sharing it. People in Syria, people in Sydney. It was insane. I think today, if those videos existed, they would have been TikTok videos. They would have gone viral in that way.
Mom, I want to drive.
As a college student, he made a movie on an $800 budget.
I wrote a movie called My Big Fat Armenian Family, and the story is about these very Americanized teenage kids and their old-fashioned, old-country parents, and the culture clash that exists between them as it blows to an explosion over a weekend getaway trip to Palm Springs.
Your son, Narbet, is in trouble.
What happened?
My mom sewed the screen that we projected it onto. My dad built the scaffolding that the screen was placed on. Those things did not exist. It was probably the most autobiographical thing I've ever made because while it's really funny and has a lot of sketch content as far as funny gags and running jokes, at its core was really a story about what it means to be an immigrant and what it means to have a different identity than your parents and have to coexist and come to know each other in a new way.
The movie struck a chord and was an overnight success. With the proceeds, Ohanian was able to put himself through USC Film School. And before graduating, he was recruited to co-produce Fruitvale Station, written and directed by fellow USC graduate and director Ryan Coogler.
The Marvel Studios' Black Panther Wakanda Forever purple carpet was incredible.
His big break came when he co-wrote and produced the film Searching, a thriller exposing a relationship between a father and his daughter.
We start with the emotionality. If it's about a father searching for a missing daughter, what is that story really about? And it landed very quickly for me on it's a theme of being disconnected. Because in a world where we're all so connected with our devices, two people can live in the same household and have a disconnect. And that manifests itself in not knowing each other. And the father thinking he knows his daughter, but coming to learn that once she's gone missing, that she didn't just go missing. He actually lost her a long time ago. He's only now just realizing it.
And this guy wrote it, and he's responsible for giving us that amazing challenge of telling it on screens.
In 2018, Ohanian formed a production company with Ryan and Zinzi Coogler called Proximity Media. They have produced Space Jam, starring LeBron James and the Looney Tunes, the Academy Award-winning film Judas and the Black Messiah, Creed 3, and Missing, set also entirely on a screen, capturing the journey of a daughter looking for her missing mother and rediscovering their relationship.
You know what I find strange about this? Is that there's really not, these themes are really not that far apart from your very first movie.
Yeah, wow. That's a really good point. I never thought about that. And then we did a movie called Run, which is about a child coming to learn that there's a secret with her mother. So another family connection there.
Another family connection there.
And then Missing obviously is a reversal. This is the daughter looking for a missing parent.
It's a disconnection of the relationships. I mean, that's where you started, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a disconnection of the immigrant parent with the very
Americanized
westernized,
kid. Yep,
Americanized
exactly.
kid, and the emotional, the lack of connection, the lack of empathy on both sides. This theme is.
I thought this was an interview. This became a therapy session. I never even realized that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't either until just now.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, We write about things we know, right? Mm-hmm. And I think as children of immigrant parents, we know, on a daily basis, no matter how old we are, we continue to struggle to connect with our parents in so many ways. But there is a real disconnection, and it's not just age, where most people's disconnection is, well, you're from a different era. For us, it's not just you're from a different era, it's you're from a different country, from a different culture, from a different time and political beliefs, and there are so many layers of disconnection that happen between immigrant parents and Americanized kids that it makes having a smooth relationship with them challenging.
I have so much unbridled appreciation for my parents in particular, and I know Anish does with his as well, and I know Natalie does with hers as well. Like, they genuinely have sacrificed a lot for us, like so many immigrant parents have done for their kids. It almost feels like these movies are in some way not an attempt to rectify anything, but more of an attempt to understand, like to really examine, like, what does that mean to, like, learn things about your parents and to really understand at the core who they are. It's just natural, I guess. I mean, it's probably a part of the maturing process for everybody. As a filmmaker, as a writer, I guess you have these abilities, as you got this perk, I guess, of being able to explore part of your relationship outside of your own self.
Where are we now?
We are in the Walt Disney Animation Building.
In 2021, Ohanian and the Kuglers production company signed a 5-year exclusive television deal with Disney.
What has your life been like in the last year?
It's been a little bit chaotic, certainly very busy, but honestly, the word that comes to mind is really just fortunate. Yeah, I think a month. It's insane.
I mean, missing and creating.
Missing and creating within 1 month, yeah, it's insane.
Do you sleep?
Yeah, I sleep.
He may not be soon with a baby on the way.
We always joke in the film industry that every time you make a movie, it's like you are creating a baby. And usually, like, when the movie's about to premiere, it's kind of like you're about to, like, let go of your baby and have it enter the world. And I thought that having done that so many times would really prepare me to have a real baby. And the answer is
no.
Absolutely not. This is something entirely new and very different. Like, it's been really a culmination of a lot of the things that I was dreaming about years and years ago, and all of that coming to fruition.
Dreams do come true, and not just because we're surrounded by the characters that bring them to life on the silver screen, but because there are real-life examples walking among us. Stay tuned as we continue our in-depth conversation with Sev Ohanian.